Well, hello and welcome to the live stream. I hope that everybody's having a good Tuesday evening. Welcome to the fish room. Susan for SLC Aquatics. Let me get my banners going here. And touching lives one fish at a time. If you want to sign up for the hashtag FishFam community newsletter, you can go to slcaquatics.org to the blog page, and at the bottom of the blog page, you can sign up for the newsletter. I've been trying to remove the subscribe pop-up window that happens when you log on to the website. I've been trying to disable that, and convert it to a sign up for the newsletter subscription only. I'm going to have my web designer help me out with that because I can't figure it out yet. But let me see. The newsletter did go out, I think, last Thursday. And if you haven't received the newsletter and you are signed up for it, go back and change your preferences from the welcome email that you got. And remember that the newsletter is an email. So you do have to opt in for email. And if you don't want to receive the newsletter, that's fine. It's a different format that I did this time. I didn't have any articles or short stories submitted. So I just gave some information of some upcoming events. And I did have get to know a YouTube fish tuber section with Susie Q Aquatics and Exotics website was featured this time. So also the Aquatic Morning Show is doing a Secret Santa, and I don't have the details on it yet, but when I do, I'm going to send out another special event flyer to all of the subscribers. And I think next Tuesday night, Rika Santa Claus is going to be my special guest, and I think he's going to be Diego's at Multiple Aquariums special guest tonight. So after my stream, let's go over to Multiple Aquariums with Diego and Rika Stan. Want to welcome everyone who's here. I see that Multiple Aquariums is here. Diego, I said hello to him. I see that two others are logged on, and one of them might be me. So let me see what the chat says. Barbara Jackson's in the house. Hey, Barbara, how you doing, sweetheart? Good to have you. Hey, Susan, how do we sign up for the newsletter? Go to the address right here on the screen. Go to slcaquatics.org/blog. Go to the blog page. And at the bottom of the page is sign up for the newsletter. So it's that easy. And if you have any problems, you can email me at Susan, or email me at score48@yahoo.com. I'm going to wait for a few more people to come in. I did hear from Amber just before I went live, and my heart is so heavy, and I wished I could just jump on a plane and fly up to Vermont, but I can't right now. So all I can do is pray and send God's healing word to her, and I'll give an update here in a little bit. Thank you, Diego, for sharing my email. Barbara says she's doing well, thanks. And how am I today? I am doing pretty good. I'm tired, but I'm not as sleepy as I thought I was going to be. And I am burdened and concerned for our dear friend Amber at Big City Bettis. sitting in the fish room today. I did a water change in my 5-gallon drink dispenser because I haven't done one in months. And one of the females was acting a little lethargic. Thank you, Diego, for sharing the website. And if I swat, it's because there's gnats in here. What I did was I was drying out some hair algae in a container, and some gnats got in the house and decided to use that as a breeding ground. So I'm trying to get rid of the gnats. I'll be spinning my camera around here in a little bit so y'all can see some things. Also, I had some baby plecos, but I do believe my flash pleco ate them. And I did have 2 females and 1 male. And I only see 1 male and 1 female anymore. So I do not know if the flash pleco is the problem. Here's my beautiful angelfish, but I've got to turn the glare off. Ouch. I'm going to have a muscle cramp here in a minute. Hey, Lori Monster Fish Gal, how you doing? That helped some, but let me see if I could bring my camera down a little bit and get rid of the glare. That made it worse. Sometimes that helps, and sometimes it doesn't. So, nope. But anyway, I'm over here in front of the 55. There's a pile of snails right here. I had dropped in some algae wafers earlier. This is my water wisteria. I planted, I think, 2 plants, and they started shooting off runners this way and runners that way. They've come up and grown into trees. I pinched off a twig and planted it over here next to the filter intake, and the plecos had eaten a lot of the leaves off of the stalk, but I have some new growth at the bottom now, and of course it's reached up to the top. The Amazon sword over here in the corner shot off runners a couple months ago, so I was able to get probably about 15 plants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, maybe 10. Oh, I've got more. So 10 to 15 plants off of one shoot. This is a female over here on a piece of wood. Oh, the male is in the cave right here. I can see his tail. He might have some more eggs that he's on. And I still have 1 bloodfin tetra in there and 1 guppy. But if she's had any fry, they've gotten eaten. I haven't seen any guppies. And I trimmed my valves, and my crypts are not doing really good. So I'm going to put them back over here in the 29 and use the 29 for a grow out. And I don't know, I'm breaking down the little tanks, and I'm going to sell the 10 gallons. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have 5 10-gallons and 3 upstairs, but I think I'm going to keep the 3 upstairs, or at least 2. And I'm thinking about maybe bringing the 20-gallon back upstairs, the 20 long. And I canceled my swap that I had scheduled August the 21st because I have other events that took precedence, and I knew I wasn't going to be through in the fish room with my downsizing. So I've still got some fry from Slc Aquatics, salmon skin, magenta delta guppies, if anyone's interested in those fry. I have a couple of my strain, and I'll go ahead and scoot over that way so you all can follow me. My chair's not cooperating. This is the 29 that has the beautiful koi female angel that I got from Tiffany White. And this is the only fry that survived from the hurricane rescue that I went after all of those angelfish fry. This one is the only one that survived, and I do think it's a beautiful marble female, but it may fool me and turn into a male. And I cannot put the female with the male, the female koi with the male koi angel, because he is mean and he's too big. I've got a dragonfly larva in a guppy tank. I was wondering why I was not getting fry for a while. LOL. It was from leaving the outside door open for air. Now, isn't that interesting? That just blows my mind. I'm going to try something here. And that didn't work. I mean, I had one. It was last year. Okay. That is really weird. Thank you, Lori, for sharing everyone's links. I'm going to refresh my browser, so if I disappear, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, there was something on my screen from uploading a video, and it was like a black window over the chat, and I couldn't read chat. So Lori is sharing how to help Amber at Big City Bettas. Send donations to bigcitybettas@gmail.com. And of course, that's if you have a PayPal account. You go to your PayPal account, you send money to a friend, you enter her email address and send the amount, and put a little note with it if you want to let her know who you are and that you are thinking of her and praying for her. So I'll take the time right now, since it's 10 minutes after, and give you the update that I have on Amber. Amber is in the hospital. She had surgery on Monday. They found a growth in her stomach, and I don't have a confirmation, but they biopsied it and scheduled surgery, and she had surgery Monday. So I'm not going to say it was cancer or not. You know, about 8 months ago, she said she went through chemo and radiation, and kind of weakened her heart. And so she's in ICU right now, and She's on heavy pain meds, which are, keeping her drowsy and sleepy. She has a defibrillator on, which will shock her heart back into rhythm if it should stop or if it should become dangerously irregular. She's hoping to not have the defibrillator tonight, but we'll wait and see what happens. And she also has a GI tube in for her feeding for about a month. She'll have to eat probably insures and liquid foods through the GI tube for about a month, and then she'll have to go back in to have it removed. And so her leaving Vermont has been delayed, and I don't know how long. She thinks a week or two. So she's been through this before, and this is not her first rodeo, but I'm just concerned for her and ask everyone to please lift her up in your prayers. And if y'all have prayer chains, put Amber's name on that prayer chain. And I will do my best to keep you updated as she updates me. But I told her your rest and your healing is more important than chit-chatting with me. So if I don't hear anything for a while, I pray and believe that she's resting. Before she went in for surgery, she had good news where she had sold a lot of her stands that she built. And let's see, she had sold quite a few fish. Let me see if I can find it. She says she wrapped all the kitchen stuff up. She's folded down what furniture she could take apart and let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes I have to go up. All right. Her stomach hurts from the biopsy. Her legs aren't cooperating because she has to sit and take breaks. She appreciates all of the donations. I don't know if she's been answering your emails or not. She does have a thank you video ready, but she says the whole community has just astounded me with their kindness, and it's deeply touching. And she said as soon as she moves, she will be working, and that is such a blessing. I think August the 20th is her first day. Whether you're participating in chat, watching, and or lurking, please hit the like button. It only takes 1 second. Please and thank you. Lori says the pastor at our church said a prayer for Amber before service ended Sunday. Thank you, Lori. And we want to remember Holly and Anna Marie. I don't know if y'all remember them. They're probably lurking right now. But they need prayers. They need our prayers. And if you're on Facebook, you know what's going on. The latest was she's in ICU. They needed to put a defibrillator on after surgery, but they're hoping she'll stabilize soon and be able to be discharged maybe Thursday. She's trying to sleep a lot, but it's hard and she feels exhausted. And then she kept apologizing to me a while ago. She said, I'm sorry, these pain meds have me so tired. I'm still in ICU, but hopefully we'll be off the defibrillator by tonight. She keeps falling asleep. And she said the months of radiation and chemo made everything weak. She was having arrhythmia and her blood pressure was up and down. And she has a GI tube in that she'll have for about a month. So that's what we have right now. And we appreciate the love and the prayers and the donations. And, you know, I just wished I could be there to check on her. But Vermont's a long ways away. But God can reach her right where she's at. So behind me is the 25 gallon. And this, I had to put an aqua clear hang on the back filter on it because it was staying cloudy from the corridors. The corridors keep the sand filtered really well. I have one platy still in here that I couldn't catch, and 4 blue-eyed lemon plecos. There's one of them on the heater in the back. You're probably having a hard time seeing it. I see Diego's getting his stream ready. I think Diego at Multiple Aquariums goes after me, right, Diego? And like I said, I'm going to be breaking my 10s and my 5s down. My 5s, I only have 1 5 up, and it has the snowball shrimp in it. So they're not really reproducing very well. So I got to find out what I need to do. I've never had shrimp that lived very long, so I don't know a lot about neocardinia shrimp. But I think I'm going to keep the 25, the 20, the 29, the 55, the 20 high, and the 15 long. I think I'm going to keep all of them going. So most of them are on stands. I may break this rack down. And like I said, I still have 3 10s upstairs that have Chattanooga Ed's swordtail guppies in it, and they are beautiful. They remind me of the guppies that I had from the 70s. They look like endlers with bottom swords. They have the dots and the oranges and the blacks and the bars in them, and just some beautiful iridescent colors. I have a nice little colony of my guppies in this 10 gallon up here. And like I said, the camera's not really showing anything decently. But this here is what's left of my mutt guppies. And they're breeding true. They have kind of like black lacy delta tails. Their bodies can be anywhere from yellow to black metallic. And here are some cherry shrimp. Oops, sorry. There's some cherry shrimp here and a couple at the top eating. And you can see my mutt guppies just a little bit better. I have probably 2 or 3 drops of fry in there. I have 2 strong females and 1 male. And the reason the Java moss is kind of light in color is because when I did a water change they were looking poor. So I did a little bit of salt in the aquarium and built the rock up over here. And so if y'all have any questions for me, I want to say hi to Daniel Keeping Fish who came in. How are you doing tonight? And not much else going on in the chat, but I want to thank you all for coming out and being with me tonight. Like I said, I'm downsizing the fish room. Here's one of my tins right here that I've emptied out. And I'm on top of these. This one I use to put my old dirty fish water in. And then there's one underneath that has fresh treated dechlorinated water in there. And when I do my water changes now, my water is aged and dechlorinated. And I think they do better. You know, back in the 70s and 80s, we used to pre-treat our water or let it gas off the chlorine a couple days before we used it. Got to get my microphone. Oh. But this is the 5-gallon drink dispenser right here. Let me see if I can get any closer. And that has a breeding trio. It has 1 male and 2 females and some fry growing up in there. My pretty little beta passed away. The one that was kind of turquoise and pearl, mother of pearl color and everything. But these guppies have those black lacy tails. And every once in a while, you'll see a little bit of yellow and red in them. I need to add red back to the strain, kind of like a red mosaic or something like that. And that will bring some color back into the strain. But so that's what I'm planning. I canceled my swap for August the 21st because I have another event. And I'm not going to be ready because I take my time closing down, not really closing down, downsizing the fish room. And when I get it the way I want it, the 55, I want it to be a nice community tank. And what I might end up doing is bringing the big angel over to the 29 and putting the 2 smaller angels in the 55, adding my bloodfin tetras over there. I want to take my bristlenose plecos out of there and put them like over in the 25 long so that I can really start breeding the bristlenose plecos. Daniel says, I'm sorry, Susan. I lost my betta from my office tank at work this week. Oh, Daniel, I'm so sorry. Place isn't the same without him. You know, you're going to have to go find another one. I haven't got another one yet, but I'm thinking about when I get ready to catch all of these guppies out of the drink dispenser, I'm going to put all of my guppies like over in the 15 long or something like that because it's real hardy. The KH and the GH is high over there. And as long as I keep the water changed, they really breed really well over there. So I may mix my guppies with Bob Kaler's guppies and see what I get. And then I've got Chattanooga Ed's swordtail, bottom swordtail. They're really endlers. But back in the 70s, those were our guppies. We didn't have these long, flowing, fancy tail. I didn't see any fancy guppies back in the day. Hey Marie, how we doing? Good to see you, sweetheart, and welcome to the live stream tonight. You'll have to rewind to get the update on Amber. Let me see if I've got a banner to help Amber. Yeah, I've got my email in there, Lori. I could change it. Let's see. I'm changing it. Okay. She is in ICU right now, those who don't know. And she has a GI tube in, which she'll have in for a month. Right now, they had to put a defibrillator on her after surgery yesterday. She's on some strong pain meds that makes her sleepy. Thank you, Lori. She doesn't really have a PayPal account. That's why you need to have a PayPal account and send to a friend at bigcitybettas@gmail.com. So if you have a problem and you don't have PayPal, I have monetized this live stream tonight. So you can send me a super chat or super sticker, and or you can send it to my PayPal and I will forward it to her. And let me see. I just put my PayPal in the chat. If you have a problem with it, you can send it to my PayPal. Otherwise, you can do a super chat or a super sticker tonight. Oh, I got it, Diego. I got your invite. I'm so stupid. I just read it. I read it wrong the first time. Thank you, Diego. If I can, honey, I'll be there even if it's for a little while. I never did ask anybody if my audio and video was okay. Everything, the color does look a little off, but I'm using a Logitech webcam tonight on this laptop, and it said that I may not have enough resources to use it in 1280 by 720, so I knocked it down to 480, and I'm using my lapel mic tonight. Thank you, mods, for your help with the links on YouTube channel. Did you get Daniel Keeping Fish, his channel link? And Daniel, I'm sorry for your loss, sweetheart. I kind of felt a little mopey when mine passed away too, because he was so pretty. He when I got him as a juvenile, his fins just multiplied into like a double rose or something. Oh, excuse me. But um I think I still have the 5 yo-yo loaches. I don't know what to do with them. I think I'm going to try to split them up, like 3 in one tank and 2 in another. I was thinking about putting them over there with the flash pleco, but I don't know. I'm going to have to dig up the water wisteria, and I want to plant it in the back, that it's really growing. And I don't know what to do with the 20-gallon, because I've always had a problem with that 20-gallon producing so much brown mom, and I don't know if it's what's in the black sandblasting sand, or how the yo-yo loaches keeps the substrate stirred up. I don't know. And I might have to put a different kind of filter in there. I do have one sponge filter, but I need something that's going to be like a power head pump that's circulating the mom, that will go up into a hang on the back filter, something like that. Part of the hobby, Susan. Hey, not in a rush to replace him. Special things take time. Hey, yep, Daniel, I agree. That's why I haven't gotten another beta, because I want to concentrate on what I want to breed. I want to get my Corydoras breeding again. The bristle nose plecos did breed, but the flash pleco ate the fry. So I need to have a grow out for the baby plecos. I'm thinking about getting a couple of those hang on the side breeding tanks that they were talking about. That I forget who was talking about it. That angel just attacked something, and I don't know what he attacked. But yeah, I got a lot of planning, a lot of organizing to do. I want to get a few fish bags, and my friend Dustin in Peoria, Illinois, he wants these cold guppies that have humps in their backs. It's just a strain that's gone really bad. Might put shrimp in there for a while just to keep the tank running. Oh, that makes so much sense. Thank you. Because if I shut down that Fluval 5, I could put shrimp over in the drink dispenser. We'll see. See, you just give me more ideas. But this one here still has the deep substrate, and that one has Eco Complete, and the 29 has Eco Complete. So I really need to break that tank down, and I think I'm going to get rid of that Java moss. So if anybody wants this Java moss, ask for it. It's a mess. I took it out and rinsed it, and when I rinsed it, it kind of compressed itself. It wasn't as free flowing and open. So I'm sure it's still helping with nitrates and stuff. And my mystery snails. I have gold mystery snails and the white shells. Don't have any black-footed mystery snails. All of them have white feet. And I still have plenty of ram's horn. snails to feed to the yo-yo loaches because they love snails. And upstairs I have plenty of the white shell mystery snails growing out in a 10-gallon. I think I've got some baby snails that may have hatched out on the sides of the 55-gallon. The big angelfish is over there kind of like dancing back and forth on the side of the tank. Meet you halfway with the bucket, Susan. Meet you in the middle of the pond. Oh, that is so sweet. That is wonderful, Daniel. You get me, Chipper. What else do I have? The goldfish are doing well. The shabumpkins are doing well out in the 150. And I don't see any fry in my 20-gallon guppy tub. And I don't see any fry in the platy tub yet. So I think I'm going to take a break here in a minute. So if y'all will bear with me. Let's see what I can find. In my uploads.
With MailChimp's customer journeys card, you can track when a customer buys something.
So let me see if I can get this shared. See if I can get it shared. And I will take, hey Tiffany, how we doing, sweetheart? I got to take a break. So I will be back in a few seconds. Okay. That's my little floating turtle. He's a thermometer. But I'm back. And let me come over here and actually stop it. Thank you for enduring it with me. Melvin Reef is in the house. Hello, Melvin. How are you doing? Yeah, Tiffany, I was talking about behind me is the 25, but over here is the 29 that houses that beautiful little angel that I bought from you. She's over there on the side. And it's so funny because at times he'll go from the 55, he'll go to this far right corner, and you can tell that they're talking to each other. And I also have a little marble black angel in the middle. And I think it's a female, but I'm not sure. And I'm going to tear down this tank and get some different substrate that's got Eco Complete in it. And I don't know, I might gravel vac it and pour some gravel on top of it, and then just start planting it. I need to get rid of that blackbeard algae, and that big mass of Java moss is out of here. It's out of here. So earlier I did an update on Amber. So she is in ICU. She had surgery on Monday. They had to remove a growth that was in her stomach, and then they put a chemo wafer implant in her so that she doesn't have to do chemo drips, because 8 months ago she did chemo and radiation. So her body needs to rebuild, and she has a GI tube in right now. She's not able to eat anything solid. She has to probably feed herself that Ensure and stuff like that. And she's got a defibrillator on right now to help regulate her heart rhythm. So she needs to rest, and she needs to get her strength back up. And just remember her in your prayers. And of course, her trip leaving Vermont has been delayed a couple weeks, but she still plans on going. And she has to, because she can't afford to stay there. So that's all I have right now. She's in pain and on pain medicine, so she's sleeping a lot. You know, she's tough. You know, she's a trooper. This is not her first rodeo, so she's going to get through this, and just remember her in your prayers. But I'm in the fish room tonight, and I was telling everyone that was here earlier that I am going to be downsizing my fish room and selling off all but maybe 2 of my 10 gallons. And I've got 2 or 3 5-gallons. Hello, Mr. Ed. How are you doing? And welcome as a new member. Thank you, Ed. I was just talking about your beautiful little swordtail guppies that I have upstairs. They remind me of the guppies that I had in the 70s, which are now along the line of endlers. So they're really reproducing. I lost the yellow strain. The yellow strain didn't make it. But the endler ones that have all the beautiful oranges and black dots and greens and teals and things like that, they're got their own little colony going upstairs. Melvin says, I'm doing good. Happy now. I get to set up fish tanks again at the new house right up the street next month. And me and Wing Baby loves Wing vlog celebrating our 4th monthsary Friday. Congratulations. Ed says, I'm back. I got a new card. Sorry, I lost you. That's all right, Ed. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And anybody that wants to come up can come up in the chat, and I'll share the link in chat. because I'd like to hear a little bit of your adventure, Ed. I forget where you went, in Nebraska, or anybody wants to come on up and chit chat with us for a few more minutes, 15 more minutes. And then we're going to go over to multiple aquariums. And I know you're usually co-host with Diego over there, but I don't know if you're going to do that tonight. I have no idea. Diego sent me a link for his stream, so we're going to just be a crowd over there tonight. Yep, all last week you were in Nebraska. How many miles from Tennessee is where you went? But I was telling everybody I'm downsizing the fish room, gonna leave the big tanks set up, the 20s and the 15 long, the 25s, the 29, the 55, and I'm gonna move my bristle nose plecos off to a tank pretty much for just them and maybe some guppies or maybe the bloodfin tetras. Daniel Keeping Fish says, I shall need to go neatly 1 a.m. here, so I shall wish you all a good night and all good things for the days to come. Thank you, Daniel. We love you and happy fish keeping across the pond. God bless you. 15 hours, Ed? Oh, that would take me 2 days. Trying to log on to his show. Okay. Yeah, he'll be going live in about 12 minutes. Daniel says, shall leave a like on my way out. Night, Susan. Night, all. Thank you. And I'll probably come over there and join you all too, Diego. It did take 2 days each way. Yeah, you were traveling with your parents, I think. So, yeah, 2 days is pretty good. Got somebody lurking in the background. Hey, Bob.
Hey, yo, I gotta turn this down.
Oh, am I yelling in your ear?
I just have my speakers on super loud.
That's all right. Good to see you tonight. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, what's going on in here?
Well, I was getting ready to close out because I started 45 minutes ago. And multiple aquariums. Diego is going to go live behind me, and Chattanooga Ed co-hosts with him. But I was giving everyone an update on me downsizing my fish room, and an Amber update tonight. She's not doing too well. She's in ICU. And, oh, excuse me. She has a GI tube in because they had to take a growth out of her stomach.
Yikes.
And they put a chemo wafer implant in her so she doesn't go through the chemo drips again.
Wow.
And she has to wear a defibrillator right now because her heart rhythm is erratical and her blood pressure has been up and down. And she's in a lot of pain, so they have her on some strong pain meds. And so she's sleeping as much as she can. She'll have the GI tube in for about a month, she said, so she'll be on liquids for a month. She's already lost 42 pounds. I mean,
holy smokes.
You know, she's a little bit of nothing anyway. But she's tough. She's got good attitude. She just keeps apologizing to me for not replying and getting back with me. And I said, well, it makes me worry, but get your rest,
Yeah.
and get stronger. So her trip from Vermont to Jacksonville, Florida has been delayed a couple weeks.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. So how you been?
Pretty well. Can't complain. Just
Good.
just got home, so hopped on YouTube and you were live, so I was like, hey. Then you posted the link. I was like, all right.
Well, I really always love seeing and hearing you, and you really you're the one person I look for Monday night, even if I fall asleep and pop in late. Depends on what's going on at the church. And right now I've been doing technical troubleshooting with the Sunday school office computer, because I don't know what they do to that poor thing back there, but that's the third one we've had in 6 months. And they are always getting a virus on it and don't tell me about it. And I'm like, I'm doing maintenance on the computer and it's doing a repair loop and it won't repair the corrupt files. So
Can't say I don't miss that at all.
I knew you wouldn't. And I've never gone to school for it. So, it's a little tougher on me. If it wasn't for YouTube videos, I wouldn't figure out nothing.
Isn't that amazing though? Like, do you even really need to go to school anymore? It's just, you just rack up like 60,000 in debt for something that you can just watch on YouTube.
Yeah.
And there's so many courses that like, I remember like one of the first times I went to college, and even back then they were like, we're going to watch this video on YouTube. And I'm like, what am I paying you for? Like, and hello to everyone in chat that's saying hello. Hello.
Yeah, I was going to pop them up here and say, hey, everybody's saying hi to Bob. And then Ed says he's going for a sweet treat tea run. And he's trying to log on to Diego's stream. But yeah, I'm tempted over on LinkedIn to just pay somebody to put a resume together for me, because I've got all of my work history and the time that I spend in the service and YouTube creating, and then the flyers and all the media stuff that I do for the church. I'm sharing all of that. And there's a local Catholic church that's looking for a assistant producer, and I'm like, man, that would be a sweet spot for me, because I'm already in the faith. I'm not Catholic, but as long as we don't hit his, and I don't see why we can't get along, because I get along with people from many different denominations, and but I just love to produce, and I love to learn about producing.
Yep, a lot of those jobs are kind of coming out right now too. I remember right before I left my job, they're like, well, we have an opening for audio video, and I'm like, no, that's all right.
I want to get away from the front of the house audio, because I love the streaming and the producing, and I'm learning about the importance of that delay when you're broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
And because sometimes there's some things said that shouldn't be said from the pulpit, and I cut it, and then I come back 20 seconds later and nobody knows anything. I'm like,
yeah, sometimes I wish I had a bleep button.
But I appreciate you coming up. And got anything new going on this evening?
No, just gonna kind of kick back and relax the rest of the night.
I got to catch up with you. And have you moved?
Not yet. I'm trying to delay that as long as possible, so I'm in no hurry.
I would do the very same thing.
Yep.
And the puppers are doing okay?
Oh yeah, they just got fed, so they're more than happy right now.
Well, I appreciate you coming up and spending the last few minutes with me. I love you.
So I missed it. Why are you downgrading or downsizing?
Been having a lot of flooding here.
Oh, that's right. I do remember seeing that.
And we're on a concrete slab. And Slc Aquatics wanted he suggested having the house lifted. I said, well, that wouldn't work here because all of our sewer lines, our water pipes, and electricity. Well, I think the electricity's not in the concrete, but all of the pipes are in the concrete. So you'd have to disconnect, and it's a 2-story block house. So if you lift it wrong on one corner, guess what? Humpty Dumpty had a big fall.
Yeah, that doesn't really seem like something. Oh, you're flooding. Oh, just lift it up lift your house off the ground. It's just that easy. No biggie.
Yeah.
Get some
And
jack
then-
stands.
Then we've been looking into those big water pigs that you can fill with water,
Yes, I've seen those.
but they're not cheap.
Yeah, those are crazy how those work.
And then I've been thinking, we got a little brick wall around the front porch that that the previous owners or whatever used for flower beds in just brick wall. But it wasn't rubberized. They didn't put a rubber footer in it to reflect water. So now it's cracking at the concrete porch, and it's just seeping up onto the porch as soon as it starts raging out in the yard. And I have a red clay river all the way around me that's almost a foot to 16 inches deep.
Wow.
And the first time it flooded, I walked out the back porch to come around to help Rod on the front porch. And when I hit the corner, I almost got knocked off my feet. So I went to grabbing hold of whatever I could, making sure my footing was very, very steady. And by the time I got around to the front porch, it's a 2-story house. So the total square foot of this house is about 3,000 feet. So it's not a little building.
Yeah, that just seems like it's makes it even easier to just lift it up. 3,000 square feet, 2 stories. Just put some poles under it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So is flooding something that happens like every year there?
It has started every year over the last 5 years.
Wow.
And the creek runs down the side of my property and then turns behind me and goes under a railroad track. So over the years, the silt has built up underneath the bridge on the road. And it's caused great erosion. And I used to have a cinder block wall down the side of the creek. I guess somebody built it to take it out of the flood zone. And over the years, bits and pieces of that block walls just fell in. And the last 3 floods has been within the last 4 months.
Wow.
And they said we usually average about 10 inches of rain for this season, and we're already at 16 and 18 inches.
That's crazy.
The season's not over. We had threats this evening, of flash flooding, but thank God it didn't.
Now, is there like lots of I don't know like your area, but is there been like lots of deforestation or like just like I know like sometimes when they like remove all trees and bushes and there's nothing there to like soak up water, and they like here they'll just do like massive deforestations, and then there's flooding because there's nothing to absorb all the water.
Not to my knowledge. I don't have any reports. I haven't heard any articles or anything about that happening. I think just the increased water flow with erosion, and if they would have come and dredged out the creek before it built up underneath the bridges, you're supposed to have so much clearance under a bridge, and I've got a hump of sediment and rock that has built up from years, that they should have dredged it out
Sounds like
years
you need to
ago.
put some dynamite under there. Blow it all out.
Either we'll be losing the bridge for sure then.
Wow, that's
But
crazy. Do you have flood insurance at all? Or
well, I have renter's insurance here, and then my home is owned by the church, so
oh, okay.
I don't know if she has flood insurance included in that or not. But anytime something happens, like last April, I posted on Facebook the pictures of where we lost the downstairs carpet and padding, and then we put a water resistant vinyl, or not vinyl. What's the flooring called?
Laminate, yeah.
Laminate flooring, and so it's water resistant, even though they sell it as waterproof. The salesman was very honest, and he said it's not waterproof, it's water resistant. And he was going out of business, so he ended up just giving us cases of
Wow,
the flooring.
that's
And
nice.
he was a real nice Christian guy, and I'm like, wow, thank you. I hope I don't need it.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be able to pull it up, let it dry out, and pop it back in.
Huh.
So the last 3 floods, we've been able to keep it out of the living room, but it came in the back and flooded the washroom, the pantry, and started flooding underneath the stove in the kitchen. So after we got all that sopped up and dried and bleached and dried, fans on the floor drying it out, I wear blisters and calluses from sweeping the water away from.
That's crazy.
For about 45 minutes, we're kicking it. Rod's using a shop vac, sucking it up on the front porch, dumping it over the wall, sucking it up, dumping it over the wall, and I keep praying and rebuking the waters. Recede, recede. Would you go back in?
Hopefully his car is in a safe place, because that's a pretty nice car.
Yeah, she's been sitting there, and I said, honey, you need to drive her across the street, and put her on higher ground. He goes, I'm watching it, it gets up about 6 inches on the tire, and not quite into the oil pan yet. So
Dang.
yeah, he's watching it. And I said, you want to move the cars across the street? And he's too tired by the time, and then the water starts receding. So, but that's our life right now. So I'm downsizing mainly because the fish rooms got too big for me, and my age is very hard for me to keep up a nice maintenance. Right now, everything, it looks natural. It looks like I pulled it out of the creek and put it right inside the tank. I've got blackbeard algae growing everywhere. And that 120 that I put the 2 inches of black sandblasting sand in, I've got 5 yo-yo loaches in there.
Oh,
And they keep inches of brown mulm on. The plants can't even do photosynthesis because they're covered in this brown mulm.
those are
So
really fun fish, though.
they are hilarious, and how they'll hide up behind the filter intake. And then a while ago, one got up in the top of a leaf, and he found 2 leaves tight, and he just hid down, sat up there for about 25 minutes. He was like, I'm just chilling. But I've got one, I am not kidding. That yo-yo loach has got to be 6 inches long, 3 inches high. She is humongous. She's
Wow.
got a different pattern from the yo-yo loach. So I know she's still a Pakistani loach, but I don't know what species. And because she doesn't have the yo-yo pattern, she has more of a tiger band pattern. And she's got a rounded back.
That's kind of neat.
I'll try to, when I'm cleaning stuff out, I'll try to put them in a a clear tank or something where I can get some good pictures of her,
Yeah, that's interesting.
because she runs the roost over there.
It sounds like it.
But anyway, it's past 7. Thank you so much. We got to do this another time when we have more time.
I agree.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics signing off. And I'm not going to do a closer. And my special guest, Bob at Slc Aquatics. And y'all have a good night.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.